Hey everybody, Ronnie here. So I went and dropped off a load on Wednesday, and that was just a complete cluster. The place that I had to deliver it to was basically like a field in the middle of nowhere. What they were doing is building a new solar farm, and that's what I had in my trailer, was a bunch of solar panels, 40,000 pounds of solar panels. So I got there. I was supposed to be there at 10 a.m. I got there at 10 a.m. and maybe a couple minutes late, but it really didn't matter. When I did get there, there were maybe 10 trucks in front of me, and they were unloading at the speed of a snail. Alright, so my phone rang. Of course, I'm making a video, and it was after hours asking about my load. So let me go ahead and tell you what happened. I was up in New York trying to get unloaded. My dispatcher calls me with a really good load going from New York down to Tennessee. The downside, it was a 3-stopper, but 3 stoppers or multiple stop loads are generally pay better. So I was like, yeah, go ahead and hook me up. My intention was to go from New York back to the Midwest this time, but he found this load, so I was like, yeah, go ahead and hook me up. So I had to, my pickup was, it was an open pickup, first come first serve, before 3 p.m. At 3 p.m. I wasn't unloaded yet, so I'm throwing a fit. You people are costing me my next load, and they're like, oh, we're so sorry, we'll get you fixed, we'll get this fixed. So they went ahead and got me unloaded finally, over 5 hours late. I had definitely blown the pickup window, and so I had been on the phone with my dispatcher. He got on the phone with whoever, and they said pick it up in the morning. Not a problem. So I went ahead and drove over to where the pickup was and stopped for the night at an interstate oasis on I-90. Got up first thing in the morning, drove over to the pickup, got loaded, all 3 stops. Of course, now I'm going, my delivery window is blown, which, that's understandable. I was supposed to pick it up on Friday. I ended up picking it up on Saturday, or I'm sorry, I was supposed to pick it up on Thursday. No, I'm sorry, I was supposed to pick it up on Wednesday. Timing is supposed to pick it up on Wednesday. I ended up picking it up on Thursday. I got a whole day's driving and got all the way down to Virginia before I stopped for the night. Then Friday morning, got up, drove on into Tennessee, and was able to make my first delivery of the 3. I didn't have time to get to the second delivery. I'll have to do that tomorrow. But the place that I delivered to was, it was awful. It was, I'm just getting these terrible receivers. I'm sure they're good people, but it was delivering to a lawn and garden center, little mom and pop type lawn and garden center, and maneuvering my truck, it was awful. Of course, you couldn't tell from the satellite view where they were going to unload, so there was a spot on the side, so I just went ahead and pulled into the spot on the side, because otherwise it was blocking their entire parking area, so customers wouldn't be able to get in. And he was like, no, you're right in the right place, you're just facing the wrong way. So I went ahead and tried to get turned around. Keep in mind, the only place to really turn around was in their parking lot, where customer cars and trucks were. I gave it a really good go. The guy across the street came over and tried to help me hold up traffic, because I ended up having to go into the street and didn't have enough room. It was a little 2-lane road. It didn't have room to actually make the turn backing in. So I was like, screw it, and drove away. Don't worry, I came back. But I looked the situation over, and I was like, if I came in from over here, I could go and position myself properly to begin with and get going. But with traffic, I couldn't just position myself properly. So I had to do this big, long, around town thing. Basically drove 2.5 miles, something like that, just to get back in to where I could make my plan work. And it did work. So, of course, even backing in the way that I needed to, there was still no room. We all deal with that. But at least I got it there. It took forever for me to get into position. Once I got in position, it took them forever to pull the 2 riding lawnmowers off my truck. And I didn't have time to even think about getting to receiver number 2. So that's where that's at. I got it all on video. Normally, when I do things like fueling or going to shippers or receivers, I edit that out. You never know how they feel about getting recorded. In this particular case, I'm leaving this receiver in so you can all see the cluster that this whole thing was. I hope you enjoy this footage. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, put them down in the comments below. If you have an interest in joining Super Ego, give me a call. My number will be on the screen, and I will also put it in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.